You got quite the heavy box here. I'm gonna do some curls here, get my workout. This one is definitely gonna have some beastly EDC inside, somewhat of an EDC tank, just based on the weight right here. Let's go ahead and find out what this one is all about, shall we? Here we go. Of course, I'll have this one linked down below so you guys can check out prices, availability, and variants. And damn, right, that is looking insane. Let's see, we have a little paracord with a little locking pin. That's insane. Are we turning a folder into somewhat of a fixed blade? Definitely looks that way to me. That's going to be interesting. So we'll check that out in a moment. And it also has a nice little pouch here with the gold accents and gold logo there. We're looking at the specifications model 1820p in D2 steel. There's your HRC 5961. CNC machine process, G10 handle ceramic ball bearings, right? I believe the model name on this one is the Proponent, and this one should be an epic one for sure. Let's go ahead and dive right in. I know you guys are just as excited as I am. It comes in a Ziploc bag here. All right, let's go ahead and get this open. And man, oh man, this thing is something, right? What in the apocalypse, doomsday are we looking at here, ladies and gentlemen? This is crazy, crazy. Talk about an overbuilt, chunky pocket tank. This is some metal complex level type of stuff right here. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Where do we even start? That's the question. So let's take it one step at a time here. We got the G10 handles, right? Prow liners. There's all kinds of milling going on the G10 itself. Keep in mind, there's even a titanium premium version of this one. So if you like what you see here and wish that it was, you know, more in premium material, that option does exist. So it is available. Check out the little cutout here for the pocket clip insert right there, right? We have quite the pocket clip, to say the least. These are some crazy, you know, flathead screws going on there. And of course, you can reverse them all day, which is nice. No excuse, even on this overbuilt behemoth of a knife. 2 standoffs right there, another cylinder back here. So maybe technically 3 standoffs. Tube right there, stop pin up here in the front. We got a flipper tab and some of the biggest thumb studs I've ever seen on a knife. That is insane, man. That is crazy. All right, so if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get this thing deployed. All right, I know you guys are dying to see that. I am too. We do have a little bit of jimping on that flipper tab. And bam! Holy moly. What are we even looking at here, ladies and gentlemen? What even is this? Oh, man. This is insane. I'm going to give it a nice little wipe here so you guys can see it in its full glory. Got some oils there to protect it and whatnot. But first of all, it is my kind of geometry. All right, love me a good sheep's foot, Warncliffe blade. Call this one a reverse tanto, whatever you want to call it. All right, we got a stone wash finish on this one with a flat grind. Check out this fuller. That fuller is insane. It actually matches the same depth and width of this little cutout on the G10 back here. So that is nice. Very tall blade indeed. Very thick blade. Man, I'm gonna have to get my calipers out here and get you guys a reading on this thing, because this is just insane, right? Just plain insane. We're looking at 0.18, right, with an average in the channel being 0.12. We have 0.18 inches on the thickness, blade thickness there, and a 0.64 and on the handle with a channel average of 0.50 or half an inch. So definitely thickness all around. No doubt about it. We have, this is a Dirk Pinkerton design. We've checked out a few of Dirk Pinkerton designs here on the channel as well. And this one again is on D2. Now it is a liner lock. So let's check out that lockup situation right there. What does that look like to you? To me, it looks like about 30%, you know, 30-ish% or so of the lockup right there. By the way, while we're zoomed in here, you can see all the milling right there on this side, right? And then also a little bit of milling on the other side as well for weight reduction. And even then, this thing is feeling like like a tank weight-wise. As a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and give it a quick little weight check right here, shall we? I want to say somewhere above 5 and somewhere between 5 and 6 ounces, maybe even more. No, not even, Miguel. Like, you don't even have a scale for this, because you haven't even experienced a knife this crazy. 9.7 ounces. That is crazy. 274, 274 grams, right? Or 9.7 ounces. That is something, right? That's a commitment right there. That's for sure. And you know, I'm sure there's going to be one of you in the comments saying, well, it's too heavy for EDC. I might as well throw my Benchmade bug out in my pocket and blah, blah, blah. Listen, this knife is not trying to win an award for being the lightest knife or anything like that. It is a, you know, overbuilt, chunky, you know, weighty EDC. And that was intentional. They knew exactly what they were doing when they made this knife, and they made it like that on purpose. So do keep that in mind. Good access to the liner. Lock there, by the way. Easy to push down and to the left. Very drop shot action, as you would expect. We do have a heavy blade. So it's going to close there very smoothly, as you can see. Bam. Let's check out that thumb deployment. Oh man, a little flick of the wrist also helps. That is insane. Just gotta hear the thwack right on the open. Listen to this. Wow, that is crazy. Now I don't even know if my middle finger has gone to the gym enough to be able to reverse flick this thing. Oh yeah, it's actually not too bad. You know, keep in mind the D10 ball size, even for a knife this big, it's still about the same size D10 ball you'll see on just about, you know, any other knife. So regular size knife, what have you. So, and not too difficult to overcome like that, but probably thumb deployment right here, or the flipper itself is gonna be my favorite way to go. You can light switch it, and you can also, well, if you push button it, you do have to give it the beans, otherwise you can fill it. And keep in mind, there's quite some weight to that blade, so keep that in mind. But yeah, very interesting. And yeah, we have some good ergos, right? I have baby hands compared to this handle here for sure. So obviously you're gonna be able to accommodate your big old bear paws if you have big hands, right? Smaller hands, all hands alike. And there's this little section right here. This is a finger choil or sharpening choil, but I wouldn't necessarily forward choke right there. That's a little dangerous, so I would always do it behind the flipper on this bad boy. Use that flipper as a finger guard, and then you're good to go there. And plenty of handle, right, to accommodate whatever you got going on. If you want to destroy some bone, use this thing as a chopper, right? You sure can. Oh man, this is I'm still blown away how bonkers this thing really is. This is just something else completely. Now, of course, the party trick right here, right? We got the little pin, right, with its own dedicated lanyard. If you see the hole, it goes right through it. So there's a hole on the handles, there's a hole on the blade. And when you line them all up on the open position, you got it right through. You can slide this guy in, and there's a thread right there for me to tighten it up. There we go. Come on now. Maybe I'm doing it for the first time, so it's a little bit tight. There we go. Come on, man. Come on, Miguel. Get the man hands out here. And twist. There we go. So it's almost all the way on the other side. Don't really have that much leverage anymore on this side. But yeah, that, as you can imagine, is a whole cylinder pin going right through the handle liners. I mean, the G10, probably not the strongest part of the handle, obviously, but the steel liners are the strongest parts of the handle, and then now going through the blade itself. So needless to say, obviously, even if I let go of the liner right here, there's no way I'm folding this guy back down. It's essentially, I mean, I'm not going to say it becomes a fixed blade, but it is going to be as close to a fixed blade as you can possibly get any folding knife with this locking mechanism right here. Additional point, right, of lockup, they're absolutely going to make a huge difference. So if you have some sort of task that you want to tackle and you wanted to lock up that blade in there, then yeah, that's absolutely going to be a good way to go. Now, the real challenge is, can I go ahead and get this guy, or was it lefty loosey, Miguel? Come on, forgetting your principles. I might need to get some help here. Be right back. All right, here we go. When in doubt, you know, use your tools, right? Got this multi-tool here. This is the Roxxon Phantom, and just want to kind of loosen it up a little bit there with the Phantom first. Now I can actually use my fingers here as usual, and there it is, right? That is what this thing looks like right there in its full glory. That is very interesting. And again, they knew exactly what they were doing. They were trying to set to build an overbuilt EDC or overbuilt knife, and this was a crucial part of the lockup, adds additional strength and whatnot. But yeah, just a quick unboxing overview of this knife right here. This is just something completely, you know, it's out of this world bonkers. You know, again, got to take this with a grain of salt that, you know, it's not going to be the lightest EDC out there, probably not the easiest knife to carry or EDC out there either, but it is, you know, purposely made and intentionally made to be this overbuilt behemoth of a knife. By the way, there's some crazy jumping up here as well. You rest your thumb there, get some work done. Did I mention the ergos are good? And for a liner lock, they went the extra mile to even mill out a portion for the clip, make it reversible for lefties. Probably not going to be the deepest carry knife out there. About this much of the knife will show. It does give you something to pinch and pull out of the pocket. And even the part that does show, I mean, that right there kind of tells you got something special in the pocket, right? Indeed. Check out how much the blade sticks out of the handle there, quite a bit. And I mean, it is my kind of geometry, right? Needless to say, it's going to do really good with X-Acto knife type of tasks, like draw cuts, utility cuts, putting that pokey tip to good work right there, if you know what I mean. So yeah, definitely a very, very interesting folder through and through. This is the Proponent, and I feel like this would definitely spice up any rotation or knife collection for sure. If you want to save some bucks, this budget version is very interesting. If you want to check out the premium version of this guy, right, there's a premium version out there with premium materials as well. But man, this is quite something. We'd love to hear your thoughts on it, guys. So let me know in the comments. Let's hang out down there. What do you love about this knife? What do you like about it? Love about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Right? Let me know down below. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Either this one or this one. Peace.